know, it looks kind of cute not covering the ears because you can't see my ears. My dad, though, bald. Hi friends, welcome to Funshine Fab Crochet. I am Kelsey. This is my crochet corner, and today we are making some crochet hats. My dad specifically requested these, and I'm going to mention this again in like 5 seconds, but it's raining outside, and what better rainy day crochet activity than to make some little hats. It is raining outside. I wouldn't say pouring rain, but it's definitely coming down out there, and it is the perfect day to crochet some beanies. I'm gonna put something spooky on the TV because it's almost Halloween, so I'm in the spirit. So I'm sure you saw the hats in the beginning, but my dad specifically requested gray and orange beanies. But I have this project to frog. This is cotton yarn. I have no idea what I was making, but I found this in my closet, so it's probably years and years and years old. I will frog that if I want some light gray. And then I have this absolute mess that someone gave me of white yarn. I got this Red Heart gray. Do we have a name? Charcoal. I've already used a little bit of it because I just can't help myself. And also used because I can't help myself, I got this orange, and the color name is Pumpkin. I'm gonna start with the orange though, and I'm probably gonna use a 5mm hook for the entirety of the project. Beep boop. Does anybody else just never do a magic ring? I think I made a magic ring one time and I was like, I don't like this. My dad asked me to make these hats for him a couple months ago. Okay, and we live in Tennessee. It was blazing hot when he asked me, and he brought it up again. I'll pay you for some hats. And I said, oh, well, just wait till it gets cold. And then all at once it's gotten cold like in the last week and rained every day. And it's like, oh man, he really probably could have used these hats. If you're watching this, Dad, you got hats on the way. So I've added all my increases in orange, and then I did a row of half double crochets with a chain 1 in between. I'm gonna go through and do gray in between. I don't know if there is a name for this stitch, but if anybody knows when I show you in a sec, let me know, because I've been doing this forever, but I don't know the name of it. I've not been weaving in my ends as I go. Who even am I right now? I always weave in my ends as I go. I personally like when the top of the hat has like a cinch to it, like it's all scrunched up at the top. But my dad doesn't like that. He's a sick, twisted freak, and he likes for it to be like flat and flush against his noggin. So, to each their own. You done with me? Gotta do a little try on every now and then and make sure things are going peachy. And things are going peachy. This whole video is just me hating on my dad's likes, but in addition to not liking it to be crinkled up at the top and, you know, cinched, he also doesn't like for a beanie to cover his ears, which is crazy. When I make a crochet hat, like 50% of the point is my ears stay warm. I can't be the only one. It's touching my ears, but I think he's okay with it being at the very top of his ears. I don't know. His head's bigger. Okay, I lied when I said I was going to use that same hook for the whole project. I think I'm going to switch to a smaller one and do one more row of the light gray, just to keep it all nice and tight fitting at the bottom. The rain has been coming down so steady all day. It's so nice. But I will say it has rained for like what feels like a week now. So it's like maybe we could have some little sunshine as a treat. You know, maybe one day. I think we might be golden. You know, I complain about him not wanting the cinch and, you know, the ribbing at the bottom for the extra length, but he does save me some yarn, like in these simple little hats. Let's get started on the second hat, and this one I am making more feminine. And I am doing a little faux cinching at the top of this one. You know, here's a little Halloween question for you. Something I've been thinking about recently, and it just got brought up in the YouTube video I'm watching. How come animals never haunt? You know, you never hear about like a ghost animal. Something to think about. Seems like it would be nice to see your dead dog from the afterlife. It is so satisfying to frog old work to make something new. It doesn't look like much right now. In fact, it looks a little bit extremely crazy. But this is the faux cinching. And once the hat gets going on down, it'll be all ripply at the top. You know, look like it's cinched. That it'll have much more structural integrity than if it were actually just cinched. I think I'm going to start doing fun stitches. I've only done single crochets and then a row of double crochets, but I think it's time to start doing some cutesy patootsy stuff. Cutesy! You can kind of start to see the ripple effect going on up here. I'm going to go around with the orange again, but I'm going to do I think it's called a puff stitch. Oh, the rain is picking up again. I sold at a craft show, not last weekend, but the weekend before, and it went okay. But what I didn't make in money, I made up for because I bartered with a lady. We actually barter every year, but I bartered with a lady and gave her some stuff she could sell at a craft fair she had coming up where she sells to kids. And she gave me like 8 skeins of red heart yarn, and honestly that made the show worth it, because I didn't make that much money. At least I made a profit, but that yarn tipped me over the edge to have made enough to make it worth it. The neighbors shut their car doors, so now Sunday is upset. We're getting somewhere. You can see the cinched look at the top. Kind of like a puppet. It's hard to make these colors look feminine, to be honest. The stitches themselves are feminine. They're like puffy and looking like braided. I don't know, but the colors are so masculine that it's masking the prettiness of the stitches, I would say. I think I'm finished using that white yarn because it's so tangled up and drives me absolutely insane trying to get it apart. So I'm going to focus on the grays and the orange. Okay, I think she's long enough now that I can just add a little row of ribbing to the bottom. Okie dokie, Smokies. There is hat numero 2. Love the cinching at the top. I don't know what the heck's wrong with my dad that he likes it to look like this on top. This is so much cuter to me. Also the length. I like a warm ear at the end of the day. So let's try these bad boys on and see how they're looking. Okay, maybe this one's not so bad. I didn't have full confidence in it because I was like, oh, it's not going to cover my ears. I guess it doesn't matter because it's not for me, right? But even wearing it now, I'm like, oh no, it looks kind of cute not covering the ears because you can't see my ears. My dad, though, bald. You're going to see his ears when he wears this. Yeah, not so bad, though. I think it turned out pretty cute. Yeah, I knew I'd like this one better. I'm just an ear coverer. I can't help it. I like to have the ears warm. But also the cinching at the top. Can you see the cinching? Does it look cute? I'm just a cinched hat kind of girl. I might make a couple more hats just so my dad has some variety. So he has a little something to choose from, and then maybe he can give the other ones away to his friends or whoever. I don't know yet. What I do know is that I am grateful that you watched this video. I am grateful you stuck around to the end. I'm grateful you did a little rainy day crochet with me. Thanks for watching, friends. Maybe consider liking and subscribing and commenting. If you like these hats and you want a tutorial of how I made them, feel free to let me know that in the comments. But yeah, thanks again, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!